If you are a real estate agent that wants to start creating evergreen and long form content like YouTube videos or blog posts for your website, but you're not even sure what you could possibly write or talk about on a video for 8 to 10 minutes, what kind of content you would actually create, this video is for you. I'm going to give you a super simple tutorial that when you follow these steps, you're going to get about 15 to 20 content ideas within about 5 minutes. It's super simple, it's super easy, and we're going to get into it right now. By the way, this strategy works if you're not in real estate. So if you're watching this and you're a different type of business owner or service provider and you want to follow along, please go ahead and do so. And if you want a specific video with examples for your business, go ahead and comment below. And if I get some comments, I will make a second follow-up video that is not real estate specific content ideas. Okay, so I have 3 different SEO formulas for doing keyword research and content idea research like we are doing in this video. So the 3 different formulas are local area plus lifestyle, homes, or community. So you can have a couple of different variations that you can try there. So for today, we're gonna do Coronado Communities San Diego, which is local plus communities, so plural. The next one is going to be niche plus your local area. So we are going to do golf neighborhoods San Diego for our first search that we're going to put in. And then our third SEO formula is core real estate topics plus your local area. So for this example, I will use first time homebuyer Coronado. So I'm going to start with putting Coronado Communities San Diego into our Google search. So I'm just going to type this in. And one thing that's really good to take note of is these different variations in here. So right here alone, you know that people are searching in Coronado Communities San Diego, but then they also are going to be searching for these other things. These might be variations, or somebody keeps typing and this is what they end up typing out. So you can copy this list right here if you would like to and paste it right here into this spreadsheet. For this example, I'm just going to undo that though because it messes up my formatting, but you could end up doing that. And those are different content ideas themselves. But what I really want you to take note of is as we scroll down on some of your searches, you're going to hit this section called People Also Ask. Now, it's also going to be often at the bottom of most search results in a section called People Also Search For. Now, what is important to know is that these are different things that people are searching for when these things are coming up. So when I hit enter on this specific search, you're going to see these different questions. So I'm going to expand down right now, and I'm just going to click on these different questions. And as I expand and do this, more questions are going to pop up. So Google is literally telling you with this section right here, what are people typing into Google? What are their questions that they're having? And so we can tell from these questions that people are researching, they're trying to think of, should they move here? Should they buy? How expensive is it? And these are great questions for you to use as content ideas. So what I'm going to do is I am going to copy all of these questions from this section, and I am going to just paste them into my spreadsheet here. And now within a couple of minutes, you already have almost 20 content ideas. Now, I'm not going to go into this right now, but I'm not going to recommend you make a video or a blog post about every single one of these questions. Some of these are going to be the topic and the title of your content, and some of these are going to be talking points within a larger piece of content like a YouTube video or a blog post. I will show you how I might go about that in the next video. Just know that this is content and topic ideas for you as you're doing this research. So one thing to know is that sometimes there's a little bit of variations depending on the questions you expand on in that section. So if you want to just make sure that you have a good sense of like what are people actually searching for and have a good range of topics, you could come down here and you could just copy and paste these ones as well, and just copy these into your spreadsheet down here. Okay. Now, something to note is also in this people search for is like specific communities. So I might copy and paste these community names. And this might mess up my formatting, but I'm going to put it on the bottom, so it shouldn't really matter, I don't think, too much. There we go. Okay, so that's not too bad. So, and I'm just going to delete this here because that's going to annoy me. Okay, now let's go on to our second SEO formula. So we're going to go into a niche plus a local area, and we're just going to copy and paste this search and type it into Google again. Going to follow the same practice. So now you can see we have golf neighborhood San Diego, and you start seeing these different variations. So these are great questions for you to take note of. Copy these questions and put them into a spreadsheet, just, you know, for formatting and for like my own little bit of how particular I am. I'm not going to copy these right now, but these are great questions for you to take note of. And I'm just going to hit enter on the search bar. Okay, so I want you to take note of this top section. Right away, Google is giving you neighborhoods from sources pulled across different websites. Now, there's not an AI overview here, but this is really good. So I would copy and paste these specific community names into your spreadsheet right away. I am going to say these are getting pulled up and being recommended by Google. I'm probably going to want to make content about these neighborhoods, potentially, depending on your niche and your content strategy, but making content specifically about a community that relates to this higher level search term is a recommended aspect of a content strategy for real estate in my opinion. Okay, so that kind of pasted weird, but that's okay. So let's go down and see if there's anything else that's coming out. So we are seeing what is the most famous golf course, what are nice neighborhoods in San Diego. So these might not like directly relate, but you know, we are getting content. Now, sometimes when you're going to expand, you're going to see like the most safe and affordable neighborhoods in San Diego. This is probably a really great content topic for you. Honestly, if you're seeing this kind of content and these questions come up that particularly relate to real estate, is you can go through and find like the ratings for safety and then rate by affordability as well. So I'm just going to go through and we're going to copy and paste these questions. Right here. Okay. And let's just scroll down and see if I see anything different down below. Okay, so we will not copy Zillow. So we don't need to give Zillow any more search traffic. They've got a huge budget and tons of content, but what they can't compete with you on is like specific neighborhoods and local insight and hyperlocal insight. But we've got tons of content ideas. So right here, I think we already have like 40 content ideas for you. Now, not saying again you're going to use every single one of these, but do you see how fast this can be, that you could see all this information? Sometimes doing this, you realize like, wow, I don't know if I could ever make enough content. There's no way I could make enough content, right? And that's where we start to pare down, we start to focus in on like, who is your ideal person? We did golf neighborhoods, that's usually tends to be higher end and luxury. Let's go down to a first-time home buyer just to see a comparison, just in a slightly different niche and focus. So we're gonna do first-time home buyer Coronado, and we're going to copy and paste that. So you can see these are, again, different variations. So we're just gonna hit enter and let's see what we find here. Okay, so we are going to come down and you might just like make mental notes of like what kind of content is showing up here, but we're not really seeing that people also ask section yet, right? Okay, here it is. So we are going to come through and we're going to just click on these. Okay, so I'm gonna come through, we're just gonna copy and paste, And this gives you a really good idea of like the different types of questions. These might be questions that you might want to go through and create content with a lender on, right? Your lender partner. Who do you know that's doing first-time homebuyer grants? Who do you know that can help answer some of these questions because they're worried about the money side of it? You can see a theme that's going on with this content and these questions. So you also see, this is interesting, a second section of people also ask. So we are going to come through. We're going to do the same thing. Okay. All right, let's go. And we're going to copy and paste. Yeah, we're going to copy and paste this right here. And then we're going to just come down to this. Now, as I'm explaining this process, we've probably gone over 5 minutes at this point, but this shows you how quickly you can get content ideas. If that's really what's stumping you, like you're like, I don't know what to make content about, you need to focus in on your city or the cities that you're trying to work, a couple of, areas like communities or neighborhoods, and then your niche. Who are you trying to serve? Is it a specific type of property? Is this a specific type of transaction? Is it somebody that's in, they had a family member that passed away and they inherited a property and now they need to sell it. Are you trying to sell horse property? Are you trying to work with first-time home buyers or luxury home buyers or a certain type of, client, right? You want to niche down, focus in on your hyper local areas. Now, I want you to really take heart when I say this, that I do not want you to get overwhelmed when you're copying and pasting this. If you get to the point where you have like 100 content ideas, it's okay. You can stop, you can take a break, or you can just be like, okay, I'm maxed out. I think that this is good. I'm going to stop there. And come back for the next video where I am going to show you how you can pare these down and focus in on a couple and plan out a content calendar of like what kind of content to actually start creating. Not creating a piece of content for every single question that you found from Google, but how to focus in on the content that is going to most align with your ideal clients and the real estate business that you are trying to build.